Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. I am Aradia Arcanum. Welcome to Arcanum's Dark Light. So I'm on here because I want to chat about, if you saw the title, creating sigils, a sigil I created for Lilith and how I used it, my process, and a ritual that I put together for Lilith, all of those things. But first I want to say thank you for all of you who have subscribed here to this channel. It has inspired me to continue to create here on this channel. I appreciate you so much. And if you are dropping in and this is your first time here and you are not subscribed, please do consider subscribing. I would appreciate it so much. So let's get into it. The sigil process for me. First, I want to say, well, this was prompted because I spoke about a sigil that I had created over on my other channel. So I had gotten some questions about what's your process? What does that look like? How do you create your sigils? So let me just give you, let me just share with you what I think about that first. So when you come into the craft or come into learning how to manifest magic, work with demons, work with spirits, you typically are not going to create your own sigil. You're going to work with what has already been created, and rightfully so, right? Because you don't understand enough to be confident enough to create your own sigil, invocations, your own ritual. So I like to march to the beat of my own drum. I when I felt like it was okay, because you know what, in the beginning I was like, I don't feel like I'm supposed to be creating my own sigil, but that's something you have to just build up the confidence for. So I 100% believe now in my craft, because I'm not new at this. So I love putting my own stamp on things. I love, as an artist, I love creating. So I love creating, putting together this ritual, right? Creating my sigil. And this is when I want to work with a demon or a spirit. Especially when I want this relationship to be this personal thing, or just have like a deeper connection, not personal, but a deeper connection. This is one of the reasons why I like to add my essence into it. Now, the sigils that are already created, I 100% believe that they are powerful, because if not anything, these are things that people, hundreds and thousands of people have used for years. So just on that alone, this sigil is going to be powerful. Any ancient symbols that you use that people have been using for so long is going to have power. So you can 100% use them and believe that they will work, and connect you to the source of whatever it is it's created to connect you to. Creating sigils, you have to be confident enough, don't have that doubt, because then that takes away from the power of the sigil. So this is why this is maybe something that you do later on down the line, when you become more confident in your craft. So with that said, my process looks like, you have your basic formulas, the ones that everybody learns when they first learn about sigils, how to create sigils. But not those. Some of those methods are, the ones where you write a word, or you create keywords, or you write a sentence, you cancel out the vowels and the duplicate lettering, and you do all those things, and then you put together what's left into, you form it to create a sigil. Or you use the will, which is something that I use quite a bit to incorporate what is created into the sigil. My process is I go through understanding the correspondences for that demon, and then I research chemical symbols, alchemy, those, symbols for alchemy. And I look at some ancient symbols from different cultures that have been used, forever. And I go through that process and I see what, I'm drawn to, what correlates with the energy that I want to put into the sigil, and what is in alignment with that demon that I'm creating the sigil for. So, and I actually have my paper here that I had given over on Patreon, because I created the sigil for Lilith, which I'll show you in a moment. And I put together the invocation and ritual, and I share that with them. But some of what my process looks like, I have here. I don't know if I'll show you what I have here. If you can see that, I have here a list of some of the symbols that I use on my sigils. So we have the Egyptian scarab, Eye of Horus, the alchemic symbol for gold, copper, iron. There's so many symbols that you could use. And then the second paper, like I have sulfur. Then I have the fixed stars. You see here, the fixed stars. But yeah, so I go through that research, pick out the ones that I want to use, and then I work to put them together to create a beautiful sigil. At least it's beautiful to me. But so what I did was I created a sigil for Lilith, and this is coming up because I'm going to be invoking her again, because I keep hearing her name. I just, like, I feel her presence, almost like she's calling me to work with her again. So I am definitely going to be doing that. So I may add that to this video, the ritual, or if not, it will definitely be the next video that I put out. So stay tuned. But this is the sigil that I created for Lilith. And I created that sigil, if you can see here, because I don't have it printed out on me right now, but maybe you can, no, put it on the screen. But so the sigil that I created, I also, instead of what I've been using lately, instead of like your typical circle, I used the cartouche for the Egyptian cartouche, which is kind of like this elongated, I don't know what shape it is, but you see it on the around the sigil for Lilith. But I incorporated the owl, a couple of snakes, and other things. But I'm getting chills just thinking about using this, invoking her. But yeah, so what I also did is, because this is another thing that especially when you begin, that you shy away from creating your own invocations. It seems like it's like this overwhelming thing to do, or not overwhelming, but it just seems like this is, you don't feel confident in the words that you are writing. But it's like you're writing a love letter, or it's like you're writing a letter to someone. So, I like to make mines rhyme a lot of times, but in invocations like this with Lilith, I took my inspiration from, I was going through Aston of Mason's works, and one of her books that, how, what's the title of the book? It was Lilith, Dark Feminine Archetype. And that has a bunch of invocations for Lilith, different invocations. And one of them was Creative Fire. So when I read that, I was inspired to use it, and I took inspiration from that. And of course, marching to the beat of my own drum, I reworded it, added, took, removed some stuff, added my personal touch to it, and yeah, created the invocation. And then I have all of the instructions that you use for it. But again, you'll see that in the ritual. So I put all of that together. So even right, putting all of your doing a ritual in the beginning, it seems like it's this task that you're not capable of doing. But again, I invite you to give it a try, because it to me, the more personal it is, the more of a connection that you will have. But yeah, so that's a bit of my process. I work in vocation. I draw inspiration a lot of times from other places. If not, I'll create my you know from my creative. I start off like a poem sometimes, and then I go from there and incorporate things that are in alignment with that demon. So yeah, that's a bit of my process that I wanted to share with you, because one, I know how I was in the beginning. I was like, can I create my own sigil? And if you feel like you aren't, if there's any doubt when you are putting together your ritual, I would say just use the sigil that is created for that demon. But if you feel confident enough to go ahead and do it, give it a try. Create your own sigil and see what see the outcome of that, and what the turnout of it. So that is all I wanted to share in this video. What my process, a bit of my process, what that looks like. And yeah, so I'll share with you the invocation to Lilith. Every time I say her name, I'm getting goosebumps and chills. I'm ready to do the invocation. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. And do go over and check out my Patreon at Dark Venusian Occult. Because I do share sigils once a month. I share a new sigil with the patrons, and how it was created. I give them the breakdown of the symbols and what they mean. And yeah, so if you have any questions, let me know. Until the next video, till the next video of the invocation with Lilith. I love you all, and into the shadows.